As the workplace landscape evolves, it is so important to understand that remote working is now going to become the norm for a lot of companies. Most companies are now prioritizing hybrid or 100% remote working dynamics. So it's going to require us being better managers when it comes to remote team management. So this episode is focused on giving you all the tools as a manager and also as an employee to help manage the way you manage your teams when it comes to remote working and doing so in the most effective way possible. So let's delve into the different ways we can explore these dynamics and give you the tools necessary to become the best remote worker and manager that you can become. Now, this might sound like a given, but let's start with clear communication channels. And what I mean by that is not only knowing what channels you want to use to manage your teams, but simplifying those channels. It's very common that now in corporations, people are on literally almost 100 channels a day when it comes to managing workflow, project management, and also scheduling, as well as reporting and accounting, and it's endless, which is why we recommend you to simplify and break down your communication channels to 3 when it comes to actually communicating with your team and making sure that you have a workflow process that is simplified to minimizing it to 3 main channels. If you have more than that, we find that attention gets dispersed, information gets lost, and people lose focus when it comes to reporting and actually communicating back to their managers. So find the top 3 communication channels that you think are going to be most efficient and necessary in helping understand what your team are doing and how they're delivering and meeting the expectations of what you've given them to do from a task perspective. Now, our second toolkit is all about goal alignment, which means as a manager, you're making sure that your employees are aware of how their goals are contributing to the overall success of the team, as well as the company's goals and ultimate objectives. By doing this, you'll help your team who are working remotely feel more motivated because they'll understand how they're driving more impact. It's very common for remote workers to feel quite isolated when they're working independently constantly because there's a less collective momentum around them. So we encourage you to prioritize this to help your team not lose motivation and understand where they're driving impact to keep that momentum going. For our third toolkit, we want you to prioritize transparent performance metrics. Now, this basically involves being very clear on the KPIs, or the key performance indicators, when it comes to how you want everyone to perform individually and as a team. It's very important to make sure that you have different metrics for both individuals and team goals. This is often overlooked and sometimes can create a huge disperse when it comes to the way work is being done and objectives being achieved. So make sure that you prioritize this to get all the metrics hit and meet your targets when it comes to a manager and team goal perspective. And you'll see how everyone will then become more aligned when it comes to individual and collective goals for the team and for the company. We hope you find that your remote teams thrive when it comes to applying these toolkits, both as a colleague, an employee, and a manager. Remote team working is now going to become a very dominant force in the way that we work, live, and also manage our time, goals, and tasks effectively. So if you want more access to tools that are going to help you in your workforce, please log in to the CogniFit Wellbeing platform and check out our other products and services that can help support you in these transitions and also help you achieve greatness as a leader and in the workplace.